Hey friends, I remember the second half of my college senior year was very unique as it was during the beginning of COVID. This really changed the dynamics of some of my classes, especially the ones in which we had to give speeches and presentations in front of the class. What used to be a cause for some anxiety in presenting in front of my classmates was suddenly easy as I was now presenting in front of my phone that was recording me so that I could send the presentation to my professor. But the reason this task totally changed for me was because my attention was no longer focused on the surroundings that caused me to stumble, or in my case, stutter and say filler words like In Matthew 14, we read that Peter took a step out of the boat towards Jesus. It says in verse 30 that when he saw the strong wind and the waves, he was terrified and began to sink. He was already successfully walking on the water towards Jesus, but it was when he took his eyes off of Jesus and gave more recognition to the opposition around him that he began to sink. In Hebrews 12 it says, "And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith." If we examine our walk with Jesus, is there any area that we've taken our eyes off of him? Is there any area that we've shifted our focus towards our opposition or anything that may cause us anxiety, leading us to stumble or hinder our faith? The personal example I shared earlier is not a perfect one, but it paints maybe an illustration of what can happen when we allow our surroundings to distract us from the mission. Or in the case of our faith, what happens when we take our eyes off the pioneer and perfecter of faith, and that is Jesus.